Jennifer here, back with another edition of Movie Talk. This week's movie is a very good movie, and it is one that actually has basis in mythology, and is about a hero, and that means it can only be one movie, and that is Hercules. Taken from the gods as a newborn and adopted on Earth, Hercules is just an awkward pillar of strength trying to fit in. What he wants most is to impress his father Zeus. When Hercules discovers Hades' sinister plot to take over Mount Olympus, he goes from zero to hero and, with the help of his pals Pegasus and Phil, discovers that real strength comes from the heart. Okay, highlights of the movie. This movie was made back in 1997, so a little over 20 years old, and it is an animated musical fantasy comedy that was created by Disney, and it is about the Greek legend Hercules. And for those of you who are unaware, there's actually a constellation Hercules in the night sky. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know there's one up there. Okay, things I liked about this movie. First off, I love the animation. Disney is known for its animation, so it is not surprising that they are always on the cutting edge of animation, and this movie was no exception. For its time, it was great. I mean, they have more computer animated movies where the characters and stuff look more realistic, but in 1997, this was very good. It was very well done. I love the animation for it. Second, I loved the music. Disney likes to put music in its movies. It likes to have singing. It likes to have music. Granted, it's all from a merchandising standpoint, but still, I mean, they do amazing job with the music, the composing of music, the songs. Granted, they've kind of gotten away from it a little more now. It's not like every 5 minutes somebody's bursting into a song in a Disney movie like they are now, like they are, or like they were back when this came out, but it's still great. And they still put music in there. They still follow through. They still do that, and they still have at least one song, even if it's just at the end of the credits. My two favorite songs from Hercules were I Won't Say I'm in Love, which Meg, who is the femme fatale and Hercules' love interest, sings in a company with the Muses. And then the end title, or the song that's played at the credits, Go the Distance by Michael Bolton. I thought that one was fantastic. I love the music video for it. I will see if I can put the music video at the end of this for you guys. I actually did a video, it wasn't for Disney, it was, well, it kind of was for Disney, to the Michael Bolton Go the Distance song, for Sabine and Ezra from Rebels. That's how much I love Go the Distance. I like the story. Hercules is kind of one of those characters you know about him. You knew about him even before this movie. He is someone that you learn about in school, because there's a lot of myths about Hercules. There's the 12 labors, there's how he became a god, all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of other movies about Hercules. There's TV shows. Kevin Sorbo did a TV show, Hercules: The Legendary Journeys, back in the 90s. Late 90s, maybe early 2000s, where he played Hercules. So there's a lot of stuff about Hercules out there, and this story did a wonderful job. They had all the top gods in there: Zeus, Hades, Hephaestus, Hera. Yes, Star Wars fans, Hera was a goddess in Greek mythology. She wasn't just a rebel pilot. I think that's where they may have gotten the name for the Twi'lek from Rebels, was from Greek mythology. Aphrodite, all the Hermes. So they touched on all the gods. Pegasus was in there, who is in Greek mythology. He's not technically connected to Hercules, but he was in there. The Titans were in there. So they covered the trials that Hercules goes through, or the 12 labors he goes through, which are part of the Hercules myth. They go through those in, I believe, the song Zero to Hero. You see him fulfilling the 12 trials. And so they did a very good job of maybe not having the whole movie follow the myths of Hercules, but putting enough of the myths of Hercules in there. And finally, I like the characters. Pegasus was cool. Phil the Satyr was phenomenal. His voice actor did an amazing job with him. I knew who the voice actor was as soon as he started talking. He's one of those people where you hear his voice, even if you don't see him, say, "Oh yeah, I know who that is." The gods were great. I loved how the gods had this glow about them, that set them apart as the gods, and each one had like a different color to them, which I loved. I mean, the design for Hades was so cool. I loved the fire hair for Hades. And again, his voice actor did a wonderful job portraying him as well. Pain and Panic, Hades' little sidekicks, purely in there for comic relief, but they were good. The Fates were amazing. I loved the Fates. Not exactly how the Fates were always portrayed. They portrayed the Fates in this movie as more like hags, where in anything else I've seen the Fates in, they are portrayed more as noble ladies. So they were portrayed a little differently. The Muses were wonderful. I loved the Muses. Oh my God, they were so amazing. And they're in the movie. They do have an active role in the movie to a degree. And then they also narrate the story as well. They kind of set everything up, and when we're doing like the they set up the beginning of the movie, and then they kind of, when we're going through Zero to Hero, they sing Zero to Hero, which is kind of when we're going through everything in here, and Hercules is kind of making a name for himself. So I love the Muses. They were great. Their voice actresses did a wonderful job with them. It's just the characters were great. Hercules was great. I loved how they portrayed him as a teenager. This is, kind of awkward, skinny, lengthy teenager. And then during Phil's song, One Last Hope, how Hercules grows up into this muscular adult. I liked how they did the difference in him. And I liked how they made Hercules as a teenager very awkward. Because to me it's like, okay, yeah, teenagers, they feel awkward. Some of them feel they don't fit in with their peers and that they're different. And they did that with Hercules. They made him feel as a teenager that he didn't fit in with the others. And he had to find his place, which I absolutely loved. Okay, cast. This movie had a great cast of actors. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't cover everyone. So I only did the main actors. Hercules, obviously. Phil, Meg, Hades, Zeus, the Muses, Hera, and Pain and Panic. And if I misspelled any of the actors or even the characters' names, I apologize. Okay, for more information on Hercules, the Greek gods, and any of the mythical creatures that were seen in this movie, or for just more Greek legends, feel free to consult Wikipedia or your local library. Okay, feel free to check out my other videos. Okay, before I sign off, a few things I'd like to touch on. First off, a quick reminder on my comment rules. Okay, feel free to leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I do love to read those. Also, feel free to follow me on Wattpad, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. I do have my name for those 4 sites right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. Please note that all pictures seen within this video do belong to their respective artists. I own absolutely nothing. And the links for any sites mentioned in this video will be in the description section. Okay, YouTube subscribers. Any of my videos that cannot be found on YouTube are on my Facebook page. Facebook friends, basically the same deal. Any of my videos that cannot be found on Facebook are on my YouTube channel. And to anyone who's interested, you can feel free to check out my Facebook group, Fanfic Corner. Okay, please like and share if you're watching on Facebook, or like and subscribe if you haven't already if you're watching on YouTube. And as always, thank you for watching, and have a very nice day.